something really sketchy is going on with Uber and Lyft prices. I'm not exaggerating. This makes no sense, and I'm still in low-key confusion how this even happened, why it's even happening, because I know it's definitely not just happening to me. So last night, I arrived at the Los Angeles airport, and I live pretty close to there. So I pulled up Uber, and I was like, all right, let's see how expensive it's gonna be to get back to my place. Now, here's the exact Google Maps screenshot. It's roughly about a 7 to 8 minute drive, about 3.5 miles to get back from the airport. I checked Uber, and it was $49 to get back. And I was like, wow, that's kind of pricey. That's a lot. And I was talking to one of my friends, and they were saying, hey, Mark, you should come over. We're going to do this, and this. And I was like, hey, I don't know. And they live about 9-ish miles, and it's about a 15 to 20 minute drive. So I was like, you know what? I might as well check. Let's see how much it's going to be if I were to Uber to my friend's place from the airport. And it was roughly $45. It was $5 cheaper to go to my friend's place. It took twice as long to get there, and it was double the mileage or double the distance to get there. I was like, okay, maybe there's some weird glitch going on with Uber because sometimes GPS can be kind of weird at the airport. I closed out the app, pulled it back up, did both destinations just to see, and same exact thing. Uber was charging me, because I did this a couple times, anywhere between $5 and $10 cheaper to go, like I said, twice as long to get there and double the distance. I checked Google Maps, no traffic. It wasn't like there was some weird traffic jam going on or some kind of construction. There was nothing going on where it inhibited my driver to get to my place as soon as possible. So I was like, wait, something really weird's happening with Uber. And to make things stranger, I was like, you know what? Maybe there's some weird thing going on with Uber. I don't know. Let me go to Lyft. Same exact thing with Lyft. It was roughly $52 to go all the way to my friend's place, but $56 to come back to my place. So it wasn't just Uber, and it wasn't just Lyft. It was both of them. And I'm not gonna lie, this is still low-key bothering me and still on my mind because it really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. In case you don't know, when it comes to Lyft and Uber drivers and transportation in general, you get like a base fare, but you also get paid by the minute and by the mile. How come it's cheaper to go twice the distance and be in that Lyft and Uber twice as long? And what bothered me, I think, a lot too is I'm like, wait a minute, if a driver were to pick me up, would they make less money by doing a bigger ride? Which doesn't make any sense, right? It wouldn't make sense that coming to my place would make them a small amount, and then going all the way to my friend's place would make them a good amount. If anything, maybe twice as much money. It's twice the distance, twice the time, etc., but that's not the case. Now, I have a couple theories or just ideas. Let me know what you think in the comments, because this is super bizarre. Let me know too if this has happened to you as well. My first theory is maybe they're like, all right, well, they have to go home. And because they go there a lot, we're going to spike up the amount because, hey, they have to go home. They have no other choice. When it comes to my friend's place, it's more of a optional thing to do. So that's one idea of what's going on. So maybe they're just spiking up the amount because it's my residence. My second theory is maybe there's like a radius that maybe because I live so close to the airport and I'm getting picked up and dropped off, maybe that surge pocket exists in both cases of your pickup and your drop-off location. So maybe because those exist in the same surge pocket, maybe that's why. Another thing is the area that I live in is pretty nice. Trust me, I'm not Elon Musk. It's not like I'm balling out, but it's a pretty nice area. So part of me says maybe they're spiking it up because they assume that people that live in this area are willing to spend that amount of money. Another option too is maybe there's like a cap almost of if you go far from the airport, right? As we all know, airport rides are usually pretty expensive with Lyft and Uber. And if you're going, like, say, from the airport to my friend's place, which is about 9 miles, well, no one wants to spend, $100, right? Or something super expensive to go all the way there. So maybe Uber and Lyft changes how much they're paying the drivers per mile and per minute and the base fare and everything in order to make the price more reasonable. And in an odd paradox, by making the price more reasonable, it becomes cheaper than going half the distance and being in that Lyft and Uber half the time. I honestly just don't know. Like, I pulled up both apps numerous times and closed them out, do this numerous times, and obviously the price would fluctuate. Sometimes it was surging higher, sometimes lower, because it is the airport. But like I said, for both Lyft and Uber, there was a $5 to $10 difference that made it cheaper to go twice the distance and be in that Lyft and Uber twice as long. I don't know what's going on, but that to me is a big red flag.